both are sitting on the same site. And there is an ongoing process of purchasing properties here from the Arabs, and it's already mostly Jewish ownership on this hill. And the importance of it is that it's right on the seam between west and east. And therefore they're investing a lot of money. It's all private organizations, but they are sort of being helped in that way or another by the government, it looks like. And gradually this hill is becoming more and more Jewish in the sense of who owns this stuff. So apart from the archaeological park that they are developing and excavating now, there are many sort of homes here that already have huge or a lot.
I don't know what it is. Someone's chickened out. No, they're coming. Try to go back together bigger here.
Oh, the spiral. And the idea was that they sneaked into the water system, to the pool, climbed up. When I was a kid, they brought me here in the youth movement or whatever, and they showed us how you could sort of support yourselves with hands and feet against the pier walls and climb up all the way from the pool, and by that sneak into this tunnel and sneak into the city. So they thought they solved the mystery, and they now figured out how David captured Jerusalem. It's a great story, and I don't know if I'll ruin it for you. Yeah, that's the true story. The problem is that this was in the Canaanites and in David's time, the pier didn't go anywhere. It went up to here, but here there was solid rock all the way. The level of the tunnel is here. This was dug in when in Hezekiah's town, when they built their tunnel, they sort of did down a little bit further and they hit this spear. So this spear was found some 300 years after King David's time. So apparently it's not the, but it's a great story, you have to admit that. Seeing David's soldiers climbing up to the roofs here, to the walls of the pier, sneaking to the city through the system here, and taking Jerusalem pretty much on the same path that we're taking now. What's your hand? Over there that guarded this. These are the foundations of their tower. You see the letter D over there? It's part of the fortifications of the spring. They guarded the spring, guarded the spring so the enemy with the siege over the city would not have access to the water. And then a very short tunnel took the water from the spring into a pool that is right underneath us over there. Quite large pool that filled up, and they could walk all the way to the pool, bring up the water to the city. When we get over there, we'll see the beginning of the Hezekiah tunnel, which is another idea altogether. What he did was to take the water of the spring and to channel the water into the city walls. So he's not taking people from the city to the water, but he's taking the water from the spring into the city walls. And this is this 600-meter long tunnel that we talked about. It's winding through the mountain. They were coming from both ends, and they met seamlessly. This is a big mystery because I think I mentioned this with my group as we were walking the tunnels over there. Usually the way you deal with the tunnel in the ancient world is either coming from the top down, from the surface down, and just curve your way through, or you dig up piers every 10 meters or so you can know where you're going. You stick up, flags or whatever, and you know from the outside, you can really tell the people in there where to go. You by that bring ventilation, you bring air into the place, light. This is how they did it back then. Over here, it's completely different. They came from both ends. You walk this tunnel, it's narrow. It's not the tunnel that we're going to walk. It's like this. These kids are going to walk it. The water is up to your knees, and it's like this. And when you look up, it's solid rock over your head all the way through. There are no piers and nothing. And more than that, they came from both ends. And they met seamlessly. They don't know even where is the meeting place. So how did they do it? It's a big mystery. It does this S shape. This group came here and they met. 600 meters long. And this is sort of a very puzzling sort of project, how they did it. And it was such a success that when they disguised the original spring, people started to refer to the pool that they built on the other side of the city as the Siloach spring. When you read the New Testament, for example, Jesus is over there and he's curing the blind man with the mud or the stuff that is out of the pool of... It speaks about the Siloach spring. There isn't such a thing. It's not a spring. It's a tunnel that ends over there, but people forgot all about it. And they thought the spring is over there. They saw the one they're coming from and they thought this is the spring of the city. But it's not. 100 years ago, the same British gentleman that we talked about discovering the areas there at the pools at the end of the tunnel that we walked this morning, crawled and moved his way. This is Charles Warren. This is the name you saw there. And found this system. More than that, he found a sign that they had there at the end of the tunnel where they described in Hebrew letters of the First Temple time, pretty much what you saw in what I just showed you. They describe how they're coming from both ends. What was the joy that they experienced when they heard, each group heard from a distance of a few feet, the chiseling of the other group, and what the joy that they had that the water started, they open up a few feet and the water starts running through the tunnel from the spring into the pool. So this is the tunnel that we're not going to walk. Well, the tunnel that we are going to walk sneaking out is, today it's a dry tunnel. It was built again by the Jebusite, the people that were here before. And this tunnel was built to divert, after you fill up this pool, they used this tunnel to channel some of the water to irrigate the fields and the gardens they had at the Kidron Valley. And today it's dry because the Jewish tunnel is stealing the water from it. See, it's all projects from, the Klanite tunnel is like 3,800 years old. This one is 27, and, and everything is still in. This tunnel, it's more similar to the ones we walked in the morning. There's light throughout, and it's only about 5 minutes walk, and it's flat.
You said the kids are going to walk the one with the
kids, the kids are going to walk.
Can still walk that.
Oh, absolutely. It's completely dark. It's completely dark, and it takes you. Okay.
We're at the German colony.